Hello, everybody. Welcome back to High Five Resale Shop. My name is Derek. I've been selling on eBay for 18 years. Sold thousands and thousands of things on eBay. Um, and I just wanted to put some information out for other people who are thinking about starting up an eBay store, and so they could understand some of the ins and outs of doing eBay. Um, we got 15 things right now that needs to be shipped out today over the weekend. Sometimes I kind of think that it's not going so well over the weekend, but for the most part, I usually end up with around 13 to 20 items every weekend that need to be shipped out, and this week was no different. So we'll show you the things that sold, so that if you see them out while you're looking on at garage sales or flea markets or whatever, that you could pick these items up too and sell them on eBay. Just remember to look up your items before you buy them, and if you can, look up the ones that have sold recently and see if the prices reflect what you're thinking. A lot of times I don't look prices up on the clothes that I buy, because I just buy brands that sell around the same dollar amount every time. So um, I may lose out here and there on different shirts or whatever. I always make a profit, but I just depends on how much of a profit I'm going to make on a specific piece of clothes. A lot of it depends on how cheap you get it. So at garage sales, when people are just trying to get rid of stuff and they really don't have big um, prices on their stuff, uh, it's easier on the back end to make the profit. So wanted to talk about one of the things I'm working on right now. Um, is trying to not only put up new listings, but go back to really old listings, and I don't know, like revamp them, make them better. Sometimes get rid of the item altogether and not have it taking up space in my storage area and in just in my life, kind of deal. So I have 4,683 listings right at this point, um, with 2,880 of them being have been put up last year at some point. Um, so less than a year old, 2,880 items, and then um, there were 1,727 items that were over a year old but less than 2 years old, and then 76 items that are over 2 years old. So what I'm doing is I'm concentrating on the oldest items first, and I just try and find them in my storage, and if I can't find them, obviously delist them, because I would rather you know take them down than not be able to find them if somebody actually tries to buy it. And then when I do find a group of stuff like 5 or 6 items, I bring it back into the office here, and I start to work on the listings again. I'll take better pictures because I have a new light box that I've been using for the past year, which I really think has helped on my photos a bit. But if it doesn't fit in the light box, I'll take photos over at my photo station behind me. And because this light box is like 14 by 14, it's kind of small. Uh, so it has to be able to fit in there. So the Boyd's Bear stuff is mostly what I've been redoing, because the photos aren't that great. They could be better, and so I take photos over here in the photo cube, and they become out a little bit better. And I have been selling a few more after I've relisted them. So that is one thing. The second thing, um, I kind of do that just one day a week. I don't do like five a day or anything like that. I try to just get to it one day a week and do maybe 5 to 10 to 15. Some of the ones that are similar items, um, when you get going and you're in the rhythm, you can do more because you know exactly what spaces you're looking for in the item specifics that you have to fill out, and you got a rhythm going and stuff like that. So that really helps when you're doing the like items, like when I'm doing CDs or when I'm doing Boyd's Bears. Um, I'm also experimenting with selling from the relist button on an item that's already sold. So if you went into your sold items, all orders is where it would be, and then what I'm doing is finding a like item. So I go down to like a Boyd's Bear that's sold somewhere, and I click on the little three dots. Excuse me. Oh my goodness. Excuse me. And I click on the little three dots there to the left of the photo that you put up for your listing, and it comes down with a little drop down menu. In that drop down menu is a little button to it says get another label, print packing slip, print a coupon, send a coupon, mark it's not shipped, cancel order. But there's a relist button here, and I thought that maybe if you relisted an item that's already sold, it would get bumped up a little bit in the algorithm because it's got a sold already in it. And so in experimenting with that, seeing if that helps at all with some of these items. Um, sorry. And what I did find is that it doesn't numerically correlate itself with your newest listings. So if I were to go to my actual eBay store, um, if I listed something from the relist button here, it does not go in my newest items listed in my eBay store, nor does it necessarily correlate itself into the active listings in terms of like when it was listed, like the last thing that was listed. So um, I gotta think that the order or the listing number is the old listing number, and it's not changing to a new listing number. So it would have the dot on it saying that this item is already sold once. So it must be wanted by people. So we're just going to bump it up a little bit in the algorithm or on the search results. So I don't have any proof of that, but I'm going to see if it helps out a bit when I'm listing stuff. Another thing that people ask me about sometimes is do I cross list? And I don't cross list. And the reason I don't cross list is because I make a lot of money on eBay, and I feel that I don't even give that enough of my time and effort. So why would I try to spread myself out on other platforms and stuff like that? So each platform I can see a positive and a negative for it. I am physically invested in eBay with my store and actually my retirement account. I have eBay stock, so I've always invested in things that I know and I visit on a regular basis. So in the past, I've invested in like McDonald's. Chipotle is one that I wanted to, but I never was able to invest in it. It was always too much money. But things like McDonald's and Coca-Cola and things that I know that are successful. I don't try to tell people that I know anything, but I do know that those are successful companies, and they tend to make a profit month, quarter after quarter. So I'm invested in eBay, and I'm invested in Etsy. So I see the value of Etsy. Whatnot, I see the value in that that is the future. They have a lot of really young customers, and I see that as a future. But I don't think I'm the kind of guy to do that. I don't think I have the personality to be able to pull that off. Although I think my youngest daughter or my oldest daughter does, and maybe one day that she'll be able to jump into that. But Mercari, I don't know much about. It just seems like if you're waffling around on your fees and all that, you don't really have a good grasp on what's going on. I think they're going to get eaten up eventually by somebody. And then all these smaller ones like Depop and Bonanza, they just don't seem like it's worth my time, even if you sell like one thing a month on it. Poshmark would be kind of up my alley, and I probably should have started that like way back when I was started selling clothes. But at this point, I'm okay just selling on eBay. When it takes a downturn, maybe I'll look into trying to figure something else out. But because I do a lot of clothes, maybe Poshmark would be the best fit. So yeah, I don't cross list. One of the things I like to talk about is staying in your lane. We used to sell a lot on eBay, and then we got into buying storage lockers, my wife and I, and we were in Chicago, and then we got a lot of furniture in a lot of these storage lockers. So we enjoyed the fact that we could sell a dresser for $200 and sell one thing and make $200 instead of selling 10 shirts at $20 a piece. We only had to sell one thing a day, and we made our $200 for the day. But we had a lot of carrying costs because we had 3 and 4 and 5 storage units that we had loaded up with furniture. Yes, we were selling 2 and 3 pieces of furniture a day, but we had a lot of costs, and I spent a lot of my time moving stuff from one storage locker to the other to not have to pay for a storage locker when the rent came due on it. So it has its benefits and it has its flaws to it. But I always thought, like, we jumped out of our eBay lane, and our eBay lane was going pretty good at that time. My goal was trying to get it up to 10,000 items. I know that having a bunch of items isn't necessarily the greatest thing, but in terms of clothes, there's really no gauge on when this stuff is going to sell. So just continually listing, having a good habit of listing, and having a good habit of picking good items, and you tend to, you'll the more you list, then the best 10% of the stuff you listed is going to sell right away, and then the next 5%, and so on and so forth over the months. So we should have stayed in our lane. If we had stayed in our lane and just done eBay, where would we be now? Maybe we would be an establishment that would have employees. We'd have a couple employees under our belt, listing for us or doing some of the other general work. But I don't regret anything we did. But staying in your lane is one of the things that the Holy Spirit has talked to me about when I prayed and God told me that He was going to have me stop working and start my eBay store again. And when I was told that, I was not sure how He was going to make that happen, because I was working as a full-time as a retail manager, and excuse me, and I didn't know exactly how that was going to work, but I just continued to pray about it, continued to trust God, and over the course of a year, He made it all happen. So, and one of the side notes, or the little whispers that I heard in my prayers, was stay in your lane this time. So people are like, hey, what about cross listing? I'm like, I gotta trust what the Lord has told me, and the Lord said stay in your lane. So I'm just gonna trust in that and believe for that, and stay in my lane this time, and not trying to move on to other things that I think are greater or cooler, I guess. One of the things to be successful on eBay that you might want to do is to niche down, or limit your niches to maybe 2 or 3 things. Do the things that you're good at. Branch off into some other things to learn, because you don't want to leave stuff out at a garage sale that's worth money. Maybe you can move it on to somebody else that you know that does those sort of things. Or you could just spend a little bit of time on it and lot it up and sell it on eBay. But niche down. So my niches would be clothes, CDs, and books. And then I do a little bit of other stuff, but it always comes back to CDs, books, and clothes. Find things that you didn't like and don't sell them again. So when I say that is, recently I sold a bunch of dinnerware, plates, dessert plates, coffee cups, dessert bowls, and they were all Coca-Cola branded. And somebody bought, I put them into 2 sets, and somebody bought both sets at the same time, the same day, because obviously I guess they wanted them, maybe they wanted them for Thanksgiving, or I'm not sure, but no, I think it was Christmas, and I had to ship them all out. I found out through that experience that I don't want to do that again. If I was to do it again, I would do smaller groupings of plates and stuff, even though somebody could buy them all, and then you have to ship them all out together again. But it was really difficult to get the packages not to cost $1 million, to ship them out, and actually make some money on that. If we made money, we didn't make that much on it, knowing for what we purchased them for. But I wouldn't do that again if I had the choice. I'll probably just skip over any plates and stuff at a garage sale for the most part. Not gonna ship really big sets of plates again. Then the other thing would be VCRs and electronics. I just hear so much negative feedback on that from other eBay sellers and stuff. I don't want to try it. So a lot of people have really good points about it, that it's old equipment, and you put fragile on a box, it basically means it's going to get kicked and thrown around. I don't really put fragile on any of my packages because I just know as a 20-year-old who worked in the shipping department what that kind of meant. Like some nonsense is going to ensue, and it's going to be on a package that says fragile. So um, it's sad to say, but that's what goes on sometimes. Um, so I don't ship out VCRs and electronics. I don't really look into them. I really don't do anything with them. If I did anything with them, I would just buy them and wholesale them out to somebody else who wanted to do the work on them. But there's those things that people asked me about to talk about. And if you have any questions or comments, you can message down below, and I will answer any questions that people have. Let's get into the things that sold. So there was one thing that sold while I was talking, and I will show that at the end. I'll have to go get it out of storage, but I'll show that at the end. The first thing that sold was a CD. This Myra Milagro CD, self-titled, probably pop Latin music or something like that. Yeah, it looks all Latin. That sold for $6 plus shipping on top. That came out of the CD buy from, that's gonna be a little over a year ago, October of last year. 2 Octobers ago, basically. And I'm still selling CDs from that big purchase. The next item hasn't been around for very long. This is a Carhartt fire resistant, high visibility, reflective, medium button shirt, new with tags. I bought this for $15 at a garage sale, and I bought it on December 20th. Somebody was having a garage sale in their house, and friend Ashley told me about the garage sale, and I went over there, and I did find a few things. This was one of them. This sold for $62 plus shipping on top. And like I said, I paid $15 for it at the garage sale. The next item that sold, I probably bought this over a year ago. This is a little Tommy Hilfiger beanie, new with tags. It's got tags on it. We got this at like a Marshalls or a TJ Maxx after maybe February when they do their markdowns after Christmas, and this was like $2, $3, and that sold for $8 with shipping on top. Not a very good return on our investment there, but a lot of the other stuff from that time sold. Those Kansas City Chiefs shot glasses with the flask, those came. I bought those at the same time as that. This is a Liz Claiborne large white puffer vest. This sold for $21 plus shipping on top. The next item is another CD, Estero, Breath from Another. It says electronic rock pop. This sold for $11.19 plus shipping on top. The next item, this came from a garage sale. I think I paid $1 for it. It's a Mickey Mouse Club metal lunchbox from 1977. It sold for $6 plus shipping on top. I looked it up. Just in the condition that it ended up being, it wasn't worth a whole lot. I thought it was going to be worth a little bit more. The next item that sold were these shoes. These Michael Kors shoes, they're like rose gold. These are 9M Michael Kors. They sold for $27 plus shipping on top. The next item that sold is a CD again. This Joe Cocker, Mad Dogs, and Englishmen CD. This sold for $8 plus shipping on top. The next item that sold is this Massimo green and gray halter tankini top swimsuit, $8 plus shipping on top. The next thing that sold is this Chico's shirt, Chico's size 3, which is a large. This sold for $13.99 plus shipping on top. And when I list Chico's, I try to convert whatever the Chico size was to like the sizes everybody knows out in the real world. The next item that sold is another CD. Dave Matthews Band Warehouse CD, number 10. This sold for $6.99 plus shipping on top. The next item that sold is this Melt Bananas, 13,000 miles at light velocity. This sold for $10 plus shipping on top. I don't know anything about that. This group, I don't know anything about them. Before I ship out the CDs, a lot of times I spray them and I wipe them off, just so they don't have any fingerprints on it or anything like that. So that Melt Banana sold for $10 plus shipping on top. The next item that sold is this 2-piece Tahari. So there's these pants that go with it, and then the tunic top that goes with it. For the longest time I had this top listed and I didn't have the pants listed, and then one day I did a bunch of pants and I found these pants and I was like, I know I have a top that looks exactly like that, and then I put them together and I think that helped it sell. The next thing that sold is this Sting CD, the Soul Cages. It's like a CD single. This sold for $13.99 with shipping on top. Excuse me. The next item that sold is this Boyd's Bears Noah's Ark, and I think it's like a wall relief type of thing. Let's see if I can get that. It looks like that. It's a fairly large piece, and that sold for $10.50 plus shipping on top. And then if you wait, I will come back with the last item. Okay, the last item was this sweatshirt that just sold on an offer for $20. Napa Jury Green 2X crew neck long sleeve pullover sweatshirt. It's got the Swedish flag. I think that's Sweden, or is that Finland? I'm not sure. It's got that flag on the side. Didn't know that was worth anything until I put it up, and then they're going for like 20 to 30 bucks, but this one sold for 20 on an offer. So all those items need to be shipped out, and shipped out today. That's about all I have here at High Five Resale Shop. Remember, if you like the video, push the button down below so you see all of our videos, and comment, subscribe, like. If you have any questions, put them down below. I'd love to answer them. If you want to know something specific on how I do things, I'd like to share it. So we will see you next time. Bye. Peace.